Good morning, everyone. I'm going to take a second unit of electrostatics for electromagnetic field subject. Introduction. Electrostatics can be defined as the study of electric charges at rest. Electric fields have their sources in electric charges. Almost all the electric fields vary to some extent with time. However, for many problems, the field variation is slow and the field may be considered as static. For some other case, spatial distribution is nearly same as for static case, even though the actual field may vary with time. Such cases are termed as quasi-static. In this chapter, we first study two fundamental laws governing the electrostatic fields. First one, Coulomb's law, second one, Gauss law. Both these laws have experimental basis. Coulomb's law is applicable in finding electric fields due to any charge distribution. Gauss law is earlier to use when the distribution is symmetrical. Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is force is attractive if charges are opposite sign. Force proportional to the product of charges. Q1, Q if Q1, Q2 are two charges along the lines joining them means the force inversely proportional to the square of distance. We can take it as Q1, Q2 as two charges. The distance between two charges is R12. If it's so, the force occurring between two charges, the modulus of F12 proportional to Q1, Q2 by R12 square, R12 square. Then Coulomb's law unit of constants can be determined from Coulomb's law. Coulomb's and others since have determined these constants, which is in vacuum in SI units, K equal to 8.987 in point 5 into 10 power 9 newtons meter square coulomb power minus 2. K is normally expressed as K equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, where is the permittivity of free space. Coulomb's law, we can redefine as the equations for magnetic of Coulomb's forces between two charges Q1 Q2 in vacuum is given by F12 equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught R12 square, where Q1 is a magnetic magnitude of charge Q1 in coulombs, Q2 is the magnitude of charge Q2 in coulombs. F12 is the electric force acting on the charge Q1 due to charge Q2 in newtons. R12 is the distance between the point charges Q1 Q2 in meters. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. C square Newton per minus 1 meter per minus 2. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is the Coulomb's constant in Newton meter square Coulombs per minus 2. The direction of the force F12 is determined by the sign of charges. The force is attractive if the charges have opposite signs and repulsive if the charges have the same sign. Vectors forms of Coulomb's law. The vectors forms of Coulomb's law shows how the Q1 Q2 charges moves when the force is exerted on the Q1 charges and Q2 charges. F12 equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught R12 square. The vector is R12 vector. Coulomb's law versus Newton's laws of gravity. F12 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R12 square R vector. Whereas Newton's law of gravity F12 equal to minus G M1 M2 by R12 square R vector. Where Coulomb's law is attractive or repulsive, where Newton's law is always attractive. Coulomb's law is 1 by 4, 1 by r square, whereas for Newton's law of gravity also 1 by r square. Coulomb's law is very strong, then Newton's law of gravity is very weak. So only relevant relativity local scales for Coulomb's law. Important very large scales, planets and universe for the Newton's law of gravity. Thank you.